The time of doubting ourselves and trying to compensate with perfectionism ends right now. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Wow, it's been a quick minute. I'm so sorry if I haven't uploaded a video here on this YouTube channel recently. I've just honestly had so much to get done at work. But I really have missed you guys so much, and I truly do appreciate all your feedback and all your encouraging words, and thank you so very much for letting me know that these videos actually are valuable to you. So with that in mind, I am definitely going to try to upload more videos here on this YouTube channel moving forward. And so if you haven't already, press that subscribe button so that you get a notification as soon as a new video comes out. And even though I haven't shared a video here on this channel, I actually have been in a YouTube video quite recently. I had a great pleasure of having a collaboration with the awesome Arham, who's a medical student at the University of Oslo. I'll share the video link in the description box below, so make sure you check that video out. We had so much fun making it. And also make sure you check out Arham's channel. He has many super cool videos. And no, I have not forgotten about the Rise Up Challenge. I just kind of thought that it might be useful to rather have the Rise Up Challenge right after the summer vacation, so right before many of us are perhaps going back to work, starting a new semester at school, perhaps starting a new school, a new job, and could really need a motivational boost before the fresh start. And I'll also really like to have you take part in shaping this Rise Up Challenge. So please do send me a message and let me know how you'd like this Rise Up Challenge to be, to best possibly help you rise up and have a motivational boost for this upcoming semester. Right before we get into today's video, I just want to give you a quick reminder to follow me on Instagram, which is the same name as this YouTube channel, so JY Juliet Young. And even though I haven't been sharing things here on YouTube recently, I've actually been quite active on Instagram, sharing Instagram reels, stories, posts, and I'm sharing everything from motivational and encouraging things to my everyday life with work, food, shenanigans, hikes, and a whole lot of fun. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. So with no further ado, let's move on to today's video, covering a topic that I truly do believe and hope can be useful and valuable to you. Let's get right into it. So in today's video, we are going to talk about something that in itself is not necessarily negative, but if it's used in the wrong time or in the wrong way, it can definitely be negative and delay our progress and hold us back. And we're not having that for the rest of 2021, are we? So in today's video, we are going to talk about perfectionism. And so I am preaching to the choir today. It takes one to know one. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing some of the tips that I use myself to defeat perfectionism and to aim for progression. And don't get me wrong, an eye for details can be a good thing, can be a strength and an advantage, but you shouldn't let it delay your vision or your goals. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, does whatever you're working on or contemplating on actually require this level of precision? And keep in mind that precision and perfection can be two different things. Take, for instance, if you're writing an essay, you trying to be precise could be you going through the punctuation, the grammar, the vocabulary, so the choice of words and stuff like that. And that could be good in raising the quality and the precision of the text. Whereas if you're trying to perfect it, that could be you contemplating on whether you should use this font or that font, whether you should use this text size, if you should have this part in cursive or not, if you should have this part bold or not. And honestly, that second part doesn't really matter, because that's more of you trying to perfect it and make the text look as pretty as possible. Whereas the first part, with you going through the punctuation and the grammar and so on, actually can increase the quality of the text. And so that kind of precision could be useful, whereas the latter, in trying to perfect the text size and the fonts and stuff like that, that's not necessarily something that raises the quality of the text. And that it's something that can unnecessarily delay you and require a whole lot of time. Keep in mind though, that trying to be precise about the text can also be somewhat risky sometimes, because if you're a true perfectionist, I'm sure that you've already written like 10 different versions of that sentence. And I'm pretty sure that at least 3 of those options are more than good enough. So at some point, you're just going to have to look through the 10 and then find the best 3 or the best options amongst the 10 and choose one of them and stick with it. Which leads us to the next point. Ask yourself this question. Does it actually play a significant role whether you choose option A, B, or C? Are the things you're contemplating on significant? Does your choice on this actually matter? Or is you contemplating on this unnecessarily holding you back? What are the consequences if you continue to perfect it? And what are the consequences if you don't? Does your choice on this actually matter? The third tip is to set a time limit. If you're going to complete a task, set a limit of how much time you can actually spend working on this task. And it's important that you set a realistic time limit. Don't set a super short time limit that you know you're going to have to exceed, and then you end up sitting down contemplating on unnecessary things and wasting time working on itty-bitty details that aren't really significant. So be realistic about it. Set a time limit that you know you need to do a good job, or at least do the job to the extent or to the level and quality it should be done, and stick to that time limit. So taking myself as an example, right now, as I'm filming this video, I have already set a time limit for how much time I'm going to spend filming this video. And that is to avoid me sitting down filming this 100 different times with 100 clips that are almost identical, most likely, and then having to spend a whole lot of time whilst editing, trying to choose between 100 different clips that are very similar. So set a time limit and stick to it. The fourth tip is accountability. Ask a friend or a person that you know and that you trust, is this good enough? So let's say if you're working on a task, for example, an essay, show that person that you trust the expectations and the requirements for this task, and then show them what you've done once you've completed the task within that time limit that you've set. And when you show them what you've done, ask them, is this good enough according to the requirements and expectations I've just explained that are set for this task? And most likely that person is going to say this is more than good enough, because if you're a true perfectionist, you've already spent a whole lot of time trying to perfect this text. And so at that point, it's probably more than good enough. But since you're sitting down constantly trying to perfect it even more and not progressing, it's better to just ask someone that you truly do trust, and someone that will let you know if it was bad, and then hear what they have to say. And then if they say that it's good enough, trust them on that. And finally, be satisfied and give yourself creds. I mean, if you've watched anything here on my YouTube channel, you know that I'm definitely an advocate for being your best self and fulfilling your potential. But that does not mean wasting time trying to perfect something that doesn't need to be perfected. Don't waste time on itty-bitty things or details that don't even matter. At some point, you need to be satisfied with what you've done and move on. So be satisfied and give yourself creds and aim for progression. So the time for being insecure, doubting ourselves and not feeling good enough and trying to compensate with perfectionism is over. We are moving on and we are moving forward. We are progressing. So let's go. And always remember that you are loved, you are important, you are valuable, you are unique, and you are special. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. So please do let me hear what you think in the comment section below. Were these tips useful? Do you have any other tips on trying to defeat perfectionism and aim for progression? Let me know. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel and get the notifications on as well, so that you get a notification once a new video is out. And please do like this video as well if this was useful to you. So great having a chat with you guys again. I'm looking forward to hear from you, and see you guys soon. Mwah, take care. And yes, I actually did complete filming this video within the time limit I had set for myself. I actually finished 20 minutes before that time limit as well. So one step at a time, we are defeating perfectionism and aiming for progression. Let's go. And yes, this was good enough.